Hey trappers, Dale Billingsley here, Billingsley Brand Lures. So guys, just today, in fact, I've had a couple of requests to do some more about my dog Timber and using her on the trap line. So I kind of thought that's what we would do today. I'm going to show y'all kind of a little bit of the training technique that I use, and I'm telling you guys it's not a lot. You're going to find out that these dogs will train you just about as much, if not more, than what you train them. But we're going to show, some of the characteristics that she has, some of the habits she has, some of the habits that I'm trying to break her of, and also about how I go about maybe setting up an area after she's been through. So anyway, stay with me here and we will get started on this. All right, guys, so we're in that same area where I shot that little bobcat location video yesterday. Just kind of letting her do her thing here. There you go. Okay, so I was asked earlier today about how I would go setting it up, being that she's a female and not a male. Okay, well, you just saw her come across that and hike her leg to urinate on that weed right there. Well, a female fox and a female coyote are no different. They're going to do the exact same thing. So you would just pop in a urine post set right there off that weed, and that's all you would do. For the guys that left this channel back there last fall and last winter because they didn't like to listen to my dog bark at coons and such in traps, well, I feel bad for them because they're sure missing out on a lot of information here. Okay, she's paying attention pretty good right there in that little area too. For some reason there, okay, you just saw her kind of hold up there a little bit. There's something. Now, she didn't mark it, but something has been there. Well, I thought she was going to mark that right there, but she didn't. Well, now she's just being a puppy again. She's only 2, guys, a little over 2 years old. Okay, so the biggest thing is, as far as commands, come back is the big one. Stay is another one. And then it's just general, trap breaking. And the only way that you can trap break one, and guys, I've several people have asked me, and there is absolutely no way to break one of conibears. You can't do it. Can't break one of conibears. So the best thing to do is, if you know there's conibears there, if you've got conibears there, just leave her in the truck. You really don't need her to get out right then anyway. If there's an animal caught there, he's laying there dead, so there's no reason to ever get her out of the truck for any reason. Snares, yes, you can break them up snares. My old dog, Midget, broke her. And that gets really interesting, and you learn a ton when you start snare breaking one. Okay, I remember yesterday she marked this area here for some reason, somewhere. Showing a lot of interest right there for some reason. Not real sure why. But anyway, as I was saying, you can trap break them, and the only way to do that is through the pain experience. You catch them a time or two. And if they've got any brains at all, once or twice, maybe 3 times is about all you really need when you catch one. And they'll figure it out. They learn that, if they smell lure there and they smell you there, they probably better stay away from that area or it's going to bite. Snare breaking them is easy to do. Midget, like I said, now I haven't done it with Timber yet, but she'll probably get her education this year when it comes to snares. It got really interesting because she could pick out 3/32 cable on flat dead level ground. If we had a snare hung here, I'd snared her enough that she'd get to where she picked that cable out. She could see it. So drop down in size to 5/64. Snared 3 or 4 times with it. She got to where she could see it too. 1/16, and we kicked back there for some reason. We didn't really mark, but we got a kick back here. So That's a good sign. Something, yep, there we go, boy. We're all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed now, by golly. Yeah, boy, we're rough, tough, hard to bluff, all that other good stuff. So, anyway, there, you could bet there'll be a set there for sure. 1/16 she absolutely could not see. She either, you know, and it got to the point where the only way I could snare midget was either on a go down trail going down a hill or a trail going up a hill, because the snare blended into the background too much. She couldn't see it. But yeah, it gets really interesting, guys. And you know, if your dog can see that, oh yeah, kick right back towards me, boy. This is a hot location here. And it should be. We're on a three-way here. Actually a four-way. We've got a trail there. We've got the trail we just came up. We've got a trail going off over this way, and then we've got a new mode trail right here. So yeah, this should be a hot location for sure. Snaring them gets really, you'll learn a lot, guys. You really will. As far as breaking them to traps, it's just put sets in and let them do it. Let them get caught. You're right there. You're not going to hurt them. It's not going to hurt them. And once they figure that out, that it's not killing them like they think it is at first, they come, oh crap, caught again, Dad, I'm sorry. It's not a big deal. Blind trail sets are the worst. I mean, as far as dirt holes and flat sets now, I don't think there'd be any way I could catch timber now. But blind trail sets, you still will. Midget, it got to the point where the only way I could actually catch her was with straight bladder urine. You could put commercial urine out and she knew the difference. She knew that there was 10 coyotes in that jug versus just one. So yeah, with single coyote urine or straight out of the bladder, yeah, you'd catch her. And I'm sure Timber will get to that way too. She'll, like I said, she's still puppy yet. She's only 2, just a little over. As far as, like I said, some of the commands, it's, hey, just snap your fingers. Stay. Stay. Good girl, let's go. And the dog, you have to get a dog that wants to please you too. Get a dog that's got some brains to it. I've had some, I've been blessed. I've had some really good ones, and I've had a few duds too. I've come to realize that they're no different than we are. Some of them are just have a little more intellect than others do, and some of them have a little more drive than others do. And they'll teach you that. They'll show you those things. With her, it was, oh yeah, we're getting really interested here too. With her, it was getting her to come back after I let her out when she was just a puppy. She just absolutely would not pay attention. So, for about 4 or 5 days, she wore an e-collar. And, you tone them first with it. Then you vibrate them. And if they still won't pay attention to you, go ahead and hit them. Now, don't abuse that thing. Just use it and don't crank it all the way up. Just turn it up high enough that you get their attention. And after you hit them with it about 2 or 3 times, if it takes that many, they figure out that, hey, if I don't pay attention, this thing bites. So, yeah, she marked that there. Now, just because there's not an actual urine post here, here's why she marked it too, guys. Look here. Old hair from an old dropping right there. That's why she marked that. Those are the subtle things. That's the reason I take a dog with me right there. You would not see that with a naked eye, or more than likely you wouldn't. But she found that for us. That's why I carry a dog with me. That, and if you run a lot of drags, they are a heck of an asset with drags. Saved me a lot of steps, saved me a lot of hunting, a lot of tracking. She will get out, she'll instinctively, and she's not got it yet, but she's picking it up to start that 40 to 60 yard downwind circle to pick that animal up and pick that drag trail up for me. A lot of times she'll have things found before I ever get everything out of the truck to remake the set. The other thing is just spending time with them. They have to go with you. And I don't mean on a leash either. I mean, let them do their thing. They're going to get bit. They're going to get, you know, snapped at. They're going to get caught in traps. That's why they're here. That's why we have them. And the only way that we can ever make them any better is to let those things happen. She got bit last year, the first time, right on the shoulder there. I don't know if you could see those couple of white hairs, that scar come back in white. Coon bit her on the shoulder and latched right on. And she never whimpered, she never winced, she never made a move. She stood right there and took it until that coon let go, and then she got pissed. Same way she had one get a hold and latch onto her top lip one day last fall, and yeah, then she just got pissed her. So you know, like I said, the biggest thing is just take them with you, and you know, don't be afraid to put a boot in their butt. Don't be afraid to get on them. Don't be afraid to scold them. Don't be mean to them, but just let them know where the boundaries are and what you expect, and once you show them that, they will show you a whole nother world. The other thing is, and I know it sounds mean and I know it sounds cruel, and it is to the puppy too. When I was training a new pup, when my kids were little at home, my kids played with that puppy for 20 minutes a day. Same way with the wife. Let the wife and the kids play with the dog for about 20 minutes a day, and that's it, no more. Reason being, and I know this is going to sound really bad, but a kid and a woman who doesn't understand will ruin a dog and not mean to do it. Because they teach them bad habits, and they just let them get away with everything because they're cute, they're puppies. So they let them get away with anything and everything. And that is absolutely what you cannot do. You have to make them mind. Let them play with them about 20-30 minutes a day and no more. And the only reason I do that is so that they're not mean towards kids or women. You know, I want a kid to be able to come in and play with my dog. That's no problem once she gets a little age on her like now. That's fine. But during the early training stages, absolutely not. 20-30 minutes a day, and that's it. Feed them good high-protein dog food, plenty of water. I carry a water bottle with me all the time, and I carry a cut-off water bottle to fill up for Timber to drink out of. If you've ever seen us at a convention, you've seen her drink out of one of them several times. Guys, I don't know what more I can really say other than just let the dog, you know, you teach the dog, but the dog is going to teach you as well. You know, there's several things that you guys see on camera, but then there's a whole lot of other things that you don't see, you know, you don't see because of YouTube's restrictions. You know, there's certain things that I can't show. Now, you guys see her face barking those coon all fall long, and that's all she ever does. The only time she ever jumps on a coon is after the bullet's already hit him, and by that time the camera's off, and you guys never get to see that. I don't need a dog to fight an animal. I just need a dog to show me things. There, she's gonna mark this here. She's gonna drop him right there. Anyway, there we go. Kickbacks again right there. You know, those, I just need her to show me that, and to, you know, she face barks them, she'll nip them in the butt once in a while to get them to turn around so she can face bark them. Like I said, you guys never see her grab a hold of one and shake one until the camera's already off. Just because of the restrictions that YouTube puts on us, that we can't show that kind of stuff. And that's okay. Like I said, I don't need a dog to fight an animal. I just need her to find them for me sometimes. So, anyway, that's just kind of a little deal here about Trapline Dogs, guys. Alright, guys, we're going to kind of end this one here. I mean, we could watch her all day if we wanted to. We could make this video an hour and a half, 2 hours long if we wanted to. But I think you kind of got the gist of it all. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you watching. If you would, please hit that thumbs up for me. I sure do appreciate it. If you don't even want to subscribe, if you would just do no more than hit the thumbs up. Guys, once again, this is Dale Billingsley with another one. Signing out.